Welcome back to Chamber Exchange, a TV show. I want to thank Bank Hometown for hosting the show. I'm pleased to have with us in our second segment, President and CEO of MAWOCC, Celia J. Blue, who is seasoned executive leader in a variety of different roles in the public and private and nonprofit sector with us, as well as Joyce Augustus, who's the founder and president of JCassand, Inc., an online fashion accessories retail store for both men and women. And Joyce also has had a number of leadership roles here in the community, including president of the board of directors of the YWCA of Central Mass and Greater Worcester Community Foundation, among a few. So welcome.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
So the two of you are going to be featured speakers on November 28th from 5 to 8 at Clark University as part of the Women's Initiative Speaker Series, which is run by the United Way. And I think our viewers out there are probably familiar with the United Way, but they run a whole series of programs and fund a whole host of really important programs across the community that help people and make a difference every day. But you're going to speak at the Women's Initiative, and maybe you could talk a little bit about your involvement with the United Way Central Mass Women's Initiatives and kind of what you're going to kind of focus on and why people should think about coming.
Okay. Awesome. So I'm the chair of the Diversity Committee at the Women's Initiative for the United Way of Central Massachusetts. And so what we do at the Women's Initiative is that we provide programming for young women and girls in the community through a philanthropic lens, as well as leadership lens. And so we promote that in everything that we do through our mission. We provide and actually promote diversity, equity, and inclusion in our membership, our programming as well, leadership, throughout everything that we do. Dollar Scholar, a lot of people have heard about Dollar Scholar, and that's one of our financial literacy program that we have gotten great traction on and we've been successful at. And so through our diversity committee, we created a speaker series, a diversity, equity, and inclusion series, because we saw the need in the community to focus on areas like racism, right, women's health, and other complexity within the community of colors within women and children. And sometimes we have language as well as one of those intersectional identities that we also work with. And through those needs, we were able to create the speaker series, and we invite women like Celia to be part of the process. And the purpose of that is basically to edify the community and to highlight leaders like Celia, women leaders in the community, and to promote mentorship as well as role model, right? Because young girls in the community, they can see someone like Celia and want to aspire to be like Celia. How do I get there, right? And some of the things in the questions that we ask leadership like Celia is, how did you get here? What are some of the DEI, challenges that you had to overcome to get to where you are? So that's why we created the Women's Initiative Diversity Speaking Series, to bring the community together, bring young girls together, and women leadership as well, to show them that there are possibilities for them to be able to get to that leadership level within the community.
So illustrating those pathways and opportunities is really important, but also having kind of those mentors, and it's really important that people see that people like themselves in leadership positions and pathways that maybe they might not be aware of or question whether they can overcome.
Exactly, and the reason why we partner with MAWOCC, Massachusetts Women Coalition of Color, is because we feel that we're on similar platforms, helping young girls and women in the community to be stronger leaders, to educate them and mentor them. And so we have that as our basis for our collaboration, whereas MAWOCC takes it to the next level. So I'm going to turn it over to
Yeah, I was going to
Celia,
say, Celia, maybe
for her to
as
explain.
a statewide organization,
Sure.
though you're local here in Worcester.
We are proud to be local.
Resident, but maybe you could talk about
Sure.
MAWOCC's mission and
Sure.
statewide.
Sure. First of all, thank you so much for having us and for hosting this important show to be able to focus on local leadership and community initiatives. So bravo to you in the chamber. As you said, I'm the Celia Johnston Blue. I'm the president and CEO for the Massachusetts Women of Color Coalition. Our mission is focused on addressing racial inequities as it exists for women of color and really our communities of color that's created by structural and institutional racism. We focus on 5 areas, and we also have a leadership track. Our platforms are political and civic leadership, which is I think our #1 platform that's the most active, health and wellness, economic power and sustainability, criminal justice, and education justice. We're primarily focused on political, health, and economic platforms right now. We also have a leadership track, which is an intergenerational leadership academy. Congressman McGovern was able to get us an earmark for us to develop and launch it. So I really thrilled to partner with the United Way, where we can share resources, and I'm always happy to share my journey, my lessons learned.
Right.
I'm very much the immigrant story. My family, migrated to this country from Jamaica. And I love to share our journey and the successes and some of the scars along with that makes us who we are. And I see the United Way with their Girls Program as future members to MAWOCC, both from a membership perspective and allies and supporter basis.
Right.
So we're thrilled to partner and share resources. And again, just to share my journey and to be able to help inspire and encourage others to get into the leadership ring. We need more women in leadership positions.
Right,
so.
right, and diverse backgrounds, absolutely. Tuesday, November 28th, what should people expect and how can they sign up?
So Tuesday, November 28th at 5 p.m. It starts at Clark University at the Tilton Hall. And so 5 o'clock would be registration, networking. 5:45 is when we actually start the program, and Celia and I will basically start our conversation at 6 p.m. until about 7, and then networking until 8. So they can go to our Women's Initiative webpage and find the link there and sign up, and they'll be able to register for this program.
Right. And also on MAWOCC.com as well.
MAWOCC, okay, and it's open, free, and open to the public, but obviously,
registration is required.
Registration is required.
Exactly, because it's based on capacity. And we are anticipating a lot of members in the community to join us. So I would encourage anyone that's interested to sign up right away before we are at capacity. So thank you so much.
And it's just, the Chamber of Commerce has a special connection with the United Way, because it was actually the United Way 104 years ago. Was started at the Worcester Regional Chamber of Commerce to meet a community need. Then it was called the Worcester Board of Trade, and the United Way was called the Community Chest. But both organizations have changed and evolved. But the United Way, helping fund and facilitate and bring together so many groups and organizations, funding the important work they do, and many of the programs that they support are youth focused, and they've got a great network into young men and women, young women particularly for this program, to help kind of expose and introduce them. So you'll be a multi-generational attendance at this event.
That's the goal.
That is the goal, definitely.
We're excited.
These days, you've got your hands full in life. That's why we help you bank simply and securely with tools like Face ID and Touch ID. It's why we make it easy to make purchases on the go and get cash back while you're at it. Why we help you quickly deposit checks wherever you are. And it's why we lend a hand with sending and receiving money right from your phone. So even when you're on the move, you can manage your finances. Bank Hometown. Unlock your potential.